Hello, hello. Oh, geez. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know when those things were sent, but you know, so it goes. I was doing my laundry like a total degenerate. And by doing my laundry, I meant I was taking my stuff out of the dryer, because that's just how we do it in the US. Something I've noticed is that using a dryer isn't actually super common outside of the, I guess, westernized world. Yeah, hello, Needle Mouse. Hello, Nika Now. How are you? Yeah, well, when I was talking with my cousins in Malaysia, they're telling me how the only reason why they have a dryer is because their parents, aka my aunt and uncle, were educated in the US and got too used to using a dryer. Otherwise, they would be just hang drying or hanging their laundry to dry like everyone else. Although I suppose in Southeast Asia, it's a bit too humid to dry like that, or dry effectively, anyways. Hello, hello. I'm doing something from my friend, your friend. Nice, nice. I wish you luck in doing the thing. I hope the thing goes well. Anyways, let's get started. Hold up. My earbuds are. I don't know how my earbuds got like this, but they are super twisted up, and they're also like stuck in the twisted up position. It's weird. I mean, it's not weird. I know why. It's because when I just take them places, I just kind of shove them into whatever pocket I have at the time. Oh, hello, hello. That's been all. Won't explain all of it. That's fair. Hello, hello. Shuba, shuba, shuba. Hello, hello. Let me do this. Oh, baby. Oh, no, you can see everything. Let's go to this project. I actually got a show reel done. Posted that on my Discord, but it's it's not very good. But there's also like not too much to show off anyways. So it goes. Let's go to this. Got scammed on Roblox and all the stuff he bought is gone. A classic move. Classic move. It reminds me of Steam Marketplace stuff. I guess Roblox is pretty popular, huh? I've never played it, but I hear it's good. I don't know. I remember the days when it used to just be like a Minecraft ripoff. Or it was Minecraft but with like user generated content. How fancy. Now they've gone public and they I don't know, open sourced their fork of Lua called Luau. Have you ever been to a Luau? I've been to a luau. Those are weird. But mostly it's because it's just like a weird social gathering, and I think luau is like a Hawaiian word, but I don't live anywhere near Hawaii. But they still made it like Hawaiian themed. It was, as the kids say, pretty cringe. Getting revenge, nice. Save some revenge for the rest of us. Setting up my other computer. As I said previously, I was doing laundry. One of the most important things to do as an adult, if you want to stay presentable. All right, there we go. Trying to borrow the scammer's account and get his stuff back. I think if the scammer falls for that, I think they deserve. I don't know. Do kids think like borrowing accounts is okay? Like even when I was a kid, I never let anybody just borrow my accounts. I suppose like in League, I've heard a lot of people, you would smurf on other people's accounts, I suppose, or not. Well, I guess it is smurfing, right? So if you were like, I don't know, what are the ranks? Gold 5. Gold 5 is the bottom of gold. Platinum, diamond, challenger. Yeah. But you would smurf by, or I guess boost your friends' accounts, boost them out of bronze or whatever. Trick is kind of weird. I don't know if that'll work. I wish you luck. Scamming a scammer can be a little tough. Unless you're, I suppose, doing something very illegal. Hey, you know, it happens sometimes. But this is where we're at, right? So most of the showreel stuff was just kind of cheated. And it's not like I literally, you know, photoshopped or After Effects did some stuff into there. I just used the debug console to add a bunch of options to it that wouldn't normally show up, which is neat. Because technically everything is there. It's just that I need to write the UI, and UI programming is hard. Made a JavaScript script where it'll work as a Google extension. So you need them to download the extension, or alternatively use like Grease Monkey or something, and then you just hot load that script, something like that. I'm familiar. I've run several of those script stuffs before, mostly to just add additional functionality to like a web game or whatever. Man, it's been a while since I've streamed. I'm just now realizing, like, wow, I haven't done this in forever. All right, let's go to here. There's a few things I still need to do. So there's runner, and we get runner. There's like an extension something that I need to, yeah, landing screen, extension item. Well, that's not in the runner then, right? It's landing screen. There's pretty much nothing in there, and then we'll have landing screen extension item. Yeah, this is something that I could totally just build programmatically. It would probably be better to build this programmatically, actually. So let's do that. Extension item, which is a, you know what's weird? Sometimes I'll see other people's code and they'll invert it, so they'll put extends canvas layer and then put the class name under it, even though it's always been this way in pretty much every programming language. It's always class name extends something, even in C#, C. I don't know too much about the other ones, I suppose. Oh, I don't know too much about functional languages. Maybe it's different in Haskell. It's an ad block, but not really. The script will go into his Roblox account. He's got cookies. I made a Discord bot that will show his Roblox account cookies, and with that, I'll get to his account. You know, I've screwed. Anyways, from other stuff I've done, so delete that. I don't know. How do you delete a message? How do you delete a message in Twitch? Well, that's fine. I don't really care anyways. I won't ban you for that, or delete the message, whatever. Make me a mod. No. Well, you can't get, there's no proof you actually did it, right? So that's not a bannable offense. Anyway, not just yet anyways. Maybe in the future. Let me see. What am I doing? I'm just looking at this. I'm thinking, just being completely useless. Landing screen. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna get my friends stuff back no matter what, well, you know, good luck. I tend to err more on the, you know, easy come, easy go. If it's not yours anymore, it wasn't meant to be. Which, I don't know. It's not exactly victim blaming, but I suppose it could be construed as that. Let me see. So this is control util. All expand fill self blah blah. Then we'll do box container. I think this is also the same thing. No, nothing. That's fine. Large container. Anyways, this isn't super relevant to what I was doing. I need to do presets and props until, and then after that, then I can start getting some alphas and or betas out. Thing is, you know, to download the extension, I could do Chrome Web Store, but no, you probably can't pay a registration fee. And also, if your extension is malicious, you are risking getting just completely blacklisted from Google stuff, which I would not recommend. So, you know, don't put malware. Yeah. I think if you're gonna give people malware, just don't incriminate yourself on like one of the biggest stores online, or one of the biggest stores connected to one of the biggest browsers. Right, because getting blacklisted from Google can really mess your life up, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see things. The only way for him to use the extension is he needs to download and put it into his Google extension, so I don't know what to do. So you made it an extension, but if it's just a JavaScript thing, can't you just use like Grease Monkey? Not this. Oh no. It's exposing that I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Grease Monkey, Chrome. Oh, it's called Tamper Monkey. Yeah, so if you can just get him to install Tamper Monkey and then load your JavaScript thing. It's called Grease Monkey on Firefox, okay? Tamper Monkey though. Yeah. So if you get him to load or add Tamper Monkey and then get him to load your scripts, it might work. Name label. Menu button. Giving advice now. Well, all I'm saying is that if you don't want to incriminate yourself by posting malware to an official Google store, what you could do instead, hypothetically, is to convince your target to install Tamper Monkey, and then just, you know, give them the script afterwards, you know? Yeah, I do not condone doing illegal things, but if I were to do it, in the wizened words of Mr. Orange Juice, if I were to do it, here's how I would do it. This is one-time thing. That's what they all say. So my friends, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'll be on my way. Yeah. Once you do it once, it opens the floodgates to doing it multiple times. So, because you know, once you do something once, it's not so bad anymore. And that's the mind trap that a lot of people fall into. So, I don't know. I say, like, you should only do that, I think, if you're resolved. If you have resolved yourself to handle the consequences. And if you have, then, you know, more power to you. It's not really any of my business, you know. Let me see. So there's the pop-up. So it's just Roblox. Yeah, you can have like you can pay for stuff on Roblox though, right? So I mean, there is like actual money at stake. There's a fiduciary incentive or something like that. What do I do with this extension data? Do I just load it in? No, I don't. Okay. So there's your extension data. So we can take extension data. How am I doing it here? No, I just pass it in as data. What the heck? Justified reason. Yeah. You know, I don't condone doing illegal stuff, but because it's a slippery slope. Once you do one illegal thing, everything becomes you've opened yourself up to scrutiny. No, I don't know. Does two wrongs make a right? No, but it definitely does make you feel a lot better. So, you know. Take from that what you will. Extension data. Yeah. But I'm just dumb anyways. Well, I think if you are if you are unsure of yourself, then you should stop now. You know, continue no further. Reevaluate your life choices. You know, because trying to counter scam a scammer can have consequences, especially if you don't do it correctly. There's a pop-up menu button. So let's see, menu button. So menu button, yeah, pop-up. Man, I've been writing a lot of C++ recently. So I'm gonna be hitting the semicolon key basically entirely off of instinct, which is bad. Luckily, it's not a syntax error in GDScript. What is showing file system? Add item. Index press. This one looks like that. It just gives you an index. text. Yeah, and you always want to do it by index, not by... there's two ways to get, or there's two signals. There's index pressed and item pressed, but you never want to use item pressed. I don't even know why item pressed is exposed, since you can only ever get the item text from the index, not from the, I guess, the item. I ain't doing it now. I'm just gonna help my friend another way than just doing this. I don't want my life ruined. Yeah, well, it's unlikely that your life will be ruined. I think you would be better off just contacting support. Do things via official channels, you know? But I think, you know, if you've reconsidered your choices, realize that you don't want to expose yourself to that kind of risk. That's very fair. No one can blame you for that, right? Show in file system. Why am I matching against this? I don't remember. Show in file system. Yes. Shell open. And then we still have the extension data. Okay. Add labels to list from data. What the heck is this? It's not even used. Var list, that's our VBox container. What is sections though? Oh, it's this part. If not, extension data has section, or extension data section is empty, then continue. Yes, support is probably better. Yeah, support is definitely better. I mean, it'll be a lot slower and probably won't feel about the same. You don't get the same vindictive dopamine rush, but it's also the safest measure. For section in sections. What was I doing here? I don't even remember. Can I have another one as well? So this isn't even the full list. You know what? I think I actually put these in global constants as well. Yeah, actually, where did these come from? What the heck? Extension. I think it's just extension. And so this is doing extension data. Well, this comes from extension data, blah, blah, landing screen. This comes from extensions key as data. Okay. And this one gives you, okay. So how did these map to this? Runner, Puppet, Tracker, GUI, plugin. So if we change this, okay, I think that'll work. So here, we don't even need this part. We can just grab this. So global constants, extension types, values, okay. All right, I'm getting tired just calling this extension data. Change all occurrences. we go. Extension data has section or is empty. Or no, we can do extension data get section like that, empty. Yeah, there we go, easy. How do I program a duck? Yeah, Python would be a good one. Just start writing some code. All my code is free and open source. You want to see how I did it? Well, actually, what do you mean, how would you program a duck? That doesn't make any sense anyways. If you want to model a duck, I would recommend Blender. Blender's pretty sick. Page expand fill, section label. Using Python. Python's a good one. Reminds me, actually, after this I need to write up a proposal. Not like a marriage proposal, but like a, a consulting proposal. They want to do like some Python stuff, and for whatever reason everyone there is just not very good at programming, so they think the task is a lot harder than it actually is, which is interesting. Yeah. Or what I think it actually is like their offshore resources lied to them about the complexity of the task. And I was like, oh, sorry, the task is gonna take us like 6 months. It's too complex. And so they made the critical error of pushing a little too hard on difficulty. And so now they've decided to outsource it to me, which is it's amusing to say the least, because that means that I know how to an opportunity to take some of that paycheck, which is nice. Do you know Python mouse? What is Python mouse? Python's a snake, not a mouse. The Qtile can feel a lot glitchy from time to time, but it works. I blame Python, but you know. Could be a lot of things, actually. You know, your individual system stuff. You might just have a bit of processor lag. Who knows? The separator. Oh, mouse. Oh. I just call him needle mouse, but yeah, that makes sense as well. I'm not really paying as much attention as I really should, but you know. Well, let me see. Let's call this section hbox as well, just so I don't get confused. Section vbox. What am I doing with this? Size flags horizontal. So control util h expand fill section vbox. Yeah. No, the more I program in lower level languages like Rust or C++ or whatnot, the more I strongly dislike Python. You know, it's just painful when you don't have total control. And instead you just have to kind of hope things work. And also the way that Python does variable scoping, I absolutely hate it. All right, vbox add child. VBox. Eh? What is this VBox? Oh, that's the section VBox. Yeah, that's what I thought. It didn't make too much sense. Section HBox. VBox, and then we'll do, what is list? All right, list is just the VBox container. Separator. Do you know why you're typing in the code? What do you mean? What does that mean? do I know why I'm typing? Yes, I do. I don't know what that means. Do you know what you're typing in the code? Yeah, more or less, yeah. I think the nice part about interpreted languages is that it's easy to know when and or if things work. Let me see. Do I never call this, or do I call this? The heck? Like this appears to be doing add labels to list from data. What do classes do apart from functions? What do you mean? A class is a grouping of data. So here we have a class called extension item, which extends panel container. Everything is basically a class, unless we're talking about primitive objects. So a primitive would be like a list of primitives. Oh, you're not supposed to look at this. So an integer, also known as an int. Integer is a primitive. Car, which is a character, that's a primitive. Floats, float's a primitive, whatever. But if you want to group these together, so if you want to have, like, say, a person, what does a person have? Person has an age, which is some sort of int. Person has a name, which is some sort of grouping of characters. And actually, technically, string, which is just, it's an array of, it's a list, why not? We want to simplify it, right? A string is a list of characters. So, you know, so this is a class. A string is a class as well. So class. This is a class. Class, right? So classes are things that are constructed or logical groupings of primitive values, right? And so you just kind of build your tools as you need them, right? So string is a class. It's not actually a primitive. A character is a primitive. But most strings are treated as primitives in most languages. But then if you wanted to have like a person is a grouping of some amount of primitives. So a person has an age, which is an integer. They have a name, which is a string. They have a height, which is a float, etc., etc. And then you might have maybe like I don't know, like a company. A company has, you know, an array. We'll call it a list. A list is not really a primitive, but it's somewhere, right? So you might have a list of, you know, person, right? Which is like, I don't know, employees. So does that make sense? Something like that? Do ducks float? I don't know. Probably. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Not super qualified to talk about like technical aspects of programming because I never went to, well, that's not true. I did go to school for a little bit of programming, but as I've mentioned over and over, I'm actually a business major. So whatever explanations I give are not going to be the most technically sound, but they will get the job done. I think it's generally a bad idea to get super mired in, technicality. Like, oh, technically, a string is not a primitive. A string is a class. Blah, blah, right? And actually, in Python, everything is an object. Or I guess everything is a class, because every single piece of data in Python inherits from objects. There are no primitives in Python, hilariously enough. Which is why Python is so slow, but also why it's so easy to write. For better or worse. Where the heck does this get called? Eh? So we go to here. Yeah, I mean, these should be centered. Oh, that's weird. One of these is a button. Isn't it? Oh, actually, I can just go here. Yeah. So, what are the size flags? What are the size flags for this one? All right, this one shrink center, that's fine. Then this one is shrink end. Okay, well, we can change that. So menu button, menu button. Menu button, no, is that H or is that V? It's H. H, size. Size flags horizontal is control. Shrink end, maybe that'll work. And then this label should have its text centered. Alignment is equal to label, align, center, yeah. So we'll just run again really quickly. It's close. This needs to have some text assigned to it. So it needs to be flat and it needs to have text blah. Flat, true. Yeah, the more that I program, the more I've started going away from this visual stuff. The visual stuff is nice when you're trying to do like character design, but when you're doing like GUI stuff, I think I'd rather just do it via code. Because code almost always is going to be more flexible. Visual tooling, you have to work around the limitations of visual tooling, which is fine, right? Visual tooling is nice if you're not sure what you're doing. I use visual tooling all the time when I'm doing like Kubernetes stuff, cluster management, etc., etc. All right, I think that's fine. No, it's not fine. Where's the context? Context label needs to be context path. Program hello world, but in Japanese. I'm pretty sure I could probably do that. It's something that sounds hard until you realize that every single programming language is based on English. Or most of them. Most of the big ones anyways. Pretty much any programming language that people actually use is English. So yeah, I could do this. Get out of here. Yeah, so this is Python. Print. Where's my thing? Yeah, give me that. And then we'll do Seikai. Konnichiwa. There we go. He's done it. Are you proud of me, Father? I know Japanese. I know enough. Oh, that's not how you do it. Oh, this is the wrong. Oh, I used the Japanese quotation. I used the Japanese quote. All right, there we go. Seikai konnichiwa. But no, I don't really know Japanese. But I know that, well, I know that this is world, but also, if I were to encounter this in the wild, I know how to read this. This is hiragana, or hiragana, sorry. And then this is shijie in Chinese, or Mandarin Chinese. So it's not hard. You know, it's just memorizing this stuff. Now, Japanese is surprisingly, if you just learn katakana, you can read a pretty good amount of Japanese. Because there's a ton of English loanwords and also some Portuguese loanwords in Japanese. So yeah, I'm mostly only able to read though, because I was learning how to read simplified Chinese. And, you know, figured while I was at it, you might as well just learn how to read Japanese as well, since they use roughly the same characters. Alright, so that looks good. Can open it up. Okay, cool. It's very ugly, but whatever. At least everything is done via code now, which is nice. Then I think, yeah, this one we don't even need to. We don't even need to do this. We don't need to store it, right? We can just hold on to it. All right, there we go. Takes effort to memorize every, what? Takes effort to memorize verity thing. I don't know what that means, but more power to you. I had a stroke. Nice. Let's get rid of this. We'll just delete this thing. Say goodbye. Now it's way cleaner. Okay. I just gotta get rid of this. Delete. All right. Well, honestly, kind of a waste of time because that's not super relevant to anything really, but you know. So git restore assets, VRM models, git add, well, git add all refactor landing screen extensions. What else did I do? I don't even remember what was in this commit. Add node util other stuff. It takes effort to memorize kata. Kata characters? It takes effort to do anything. Anything that's worth doing will take efforts. You know? If something was easy, or if something took no efforts, then it's not worth talking about, right? Because if it took no effort, then you should already have it. It should already be, you know, either done or memorized or whatnot, right? Anything worth doing will take efforts. Add node util. That's pretty much it. I don't know. We'll just push that. I'm pretty sure we're still gonna fail CI, unfortunately. Takes a little bit for it to run. But for whatever reason, the CI builds have been failing recently. I don't know why. Actually, no, this one's still green. But every now and then we'll fail CI, and I'm not sure why. Let's bring it back to here. So file util, that's okay. Landing screen, I'm just going to ignore this for now. Extension, that's fine. Default runner. All right, I was doing a thing, but then I've completely forgotten what I was doing at the time. So presets, oh, presets, that's almost certainly what I need to be doing. So we'll go here, run me, presets. So we have these two things. click on stuff. We can load. Let's not load stuff just yet. But if we click this, does this do anything? I don't remember. Presets. Bum, bum, bum. What was I looking at here? That's presets. Oh, this is the part of this one. Text changed, online edits, blah blah, text edits. That's part of notes. Okay. So check button toggled. I feel like some of these aren't correct. Because how am I connecting these? It's one of the problems of taking a long break in between programming sessions is that you just don't remember what you were doing at the time. Let me think. What was I doing? What is this hooked up to? Nothing. This is also not hooked up to anything. This is hooked up here. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Oh, I was just thinking about hooking them up. That's fantastic. Ha ha ha. On button press. Okay, so all of these need to be hooked up to their respective callbacks. Okay. Oh, hello, hello. How are you? BWTV. I'm working on this program. Look at that. Every now and then it starts drifting off. But I didn't write the tracker. I just wrote the renderer. Good. How about you? I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Feeling a lot better. Have tomorrow off since I'm a filthy American, etc., etc. Yeah. This is what I have so far. So this is what it currently looks like. You can grab this from the repository, which is online at, hold on, GitHub. Boom. Virtual Puppet Project. Just drop a link. Just getting mad now. Nice. Look at that. We also passed CI. All test green. Oh, baby. Releases. You can grab the current release. This is the next release. Etc. etc. You get menus, which look a lot nicer and more professional. And I'm just, as it turns out, GUI programming is always the hardest part of any project because there's so much logic that needs to be written for GUIs. Let's go back to this name. Element connect. What am I doing? It's text. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, these are the inner page elements, and then I need to connect those. Oh, great. How dare you make it open source? Well, I didn't just make it open source. It's been open source for a little while now, actually. Element type. So this is text entered, I think. So the self on line edit text entered here. But there's no reason to pass along the signal, I think. Oh no, actually there is. So connect args, yeah, it needs to be passed along in an array. I've had as a Python project, it only gives it to people and only devs can make it work, but I'm not dev, so I'm stuck. Well, luckily Python projects are pretty easy to get working. All you need is a Python interpreter. So I'm assuming that you're on Windows. So I don't know, just download the interpreter, add it to your path, and then just run it. If you want a more, I guess, batteries included approach, what you would do is probably just download Anaconda or Miniconda. Yeah, Python's a good starter language to learn as well, because you know it's easy to learn as long as you're you know English and you can read. So that's 2 things. And then number 3 is, I don't know, the ability to write an essay. Because that's pretty much all programming is. There's no math. Using Thonny. What the heck is Thonny? Oh, Thonny is, well, Thonny is the IDE, right? Yeah. Thonny is an IDE. Well, I suppose Thonny might come with a development environment. I've never used Thonny. Wait, Fixie purposely made something wrong in the code. It happens. If you want to make a trap for anyone else, but luckily, if it's just something wrong in the code, guess what? The interpreter, basically when you run it, it'll give you an error, and then you can just look at what the error is. The error, not hard to read. It'll tell you exactly what went wrong with your program. So yeah, then you just fix it whatever line it tells you to fix it at. You know, I think that's one of the many traps that beginners fall into, is thinking that like, oh no, there's red text on screen. What do I do? And it's like, I don't know, just read it. If you just read the text, it'll tell you exactly what's wrong. Text edit. I don't remember what the signals are called here. Connect. Text changed. Okay. I just downloaded VSS though. What's VSS? Is VSS an IDE? I've never heard of it, but I guess I've also never heard of Thonny, so I shouldn't talk too much. VSC. Still don't know what VSC is, but I wish you luck. Oh, VS Code. Who calls it VSC? Do you also call it SQL when you're writing, or do you call it structured query language? That's what you're using? Yeah, but people call it VS Code. You know, if you're in the know, you'll call it VS Code. If you don't know, like if you're like a business type, maybe a lawyer, maybe a manager, you'll call it Visual Studio Code or VSC. But no, it's VS Code. Otherwise, you're just confusing everybody. It's called an acronym? Yeah. BTA A. How about that? You know, we use acronyms so it's easier to communicate with each other, to reduce ambiguity. Well, no, actually, yeah, usually you reduce some ambiguity as well when you use an acronym. But if your acronym is ambiguous or no one uses the acronym, then it's not a very good acronym. Yeah, so, you know, pro tip. People in the biz call it VS Code. Pro tip. When you're working with databases, it's called SQL, not SQL. HTML is not a programming language, it's a markup language. I think that's probably okay. So we're passing all the stuff here. Text change. So this one's pretty easy. We'll just do an AM @manager pub sub PS. So these are acronyms, but these are just so it's easier for me to write because these are used pretty often and everywhere. So publish config name. And I'll publish this text. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we'll actually receive it as well, like that. So I suppose I should pass like an ID along with it saying that like, oh, like don't update yourself. Publish description. Actually, I don't think you don't even need to have this. You could probably just get away with AM pub sub. Yeah, actually. Yeah, you can get away with signal name text like that. So you don't even need all of this. Everything is ones and zeros, I suppose. I don't know. I suppose at the computer level, actually at the computer level, is it even ones and zeros? Isn't it just like on and off? And then you would use ones and zeros to represent on and off, because that's how a transistor works, is that it is either fully connected or only half connected, which is how you are able to build logic, something like that. And so actually it's not even ones and zeros, it's basically just like powered or unpowered. If we're talking about the lowest level possible on a computer. All right, so I need to have, okay, yeah, we need to pass along the name, which I'm doing here as well. So publish takes a signal name, some sort of data, and some sort of ID. ID is optional, but you always need to pass along the signal name and some sort of data, otherwise there's no reason to publish. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good, I think. Text edit, text changed. We can do the same thing here, just AM pub sub publish. I could probably just reuse line edit text change, but that's fine. Signal name. And then these are also always going to be done in reverse order because of how parameters are passed for signals. Where a signal is basically a callback, where a callback is exactly what it sounds like. I suppose, actually, people don't really do callbacks anymore, right? Like in real life. Usually you would just send them like a text message. But in the before period, before smartphones, you would be like, oh, you know, you leave a message on the answering machine after the beep. Call me back at, 123 real number here. And that's the same thing in programming. Is that a function does a thing, and then you say, okay, this is the callback, hit this function after you're done, basically. Publish, signal, value, and then pass our own name so we can filter it. That's pretty much it, I think. So we'll go here. I think it's all hooked up. I don't know. We'll see. Hello. Oh no. I'm familiar. I see what's going on. So luckily, check that out. It is loading correctly, and then also look at that. Which means that this would this is throwing an error. Text change, scroll container, method expected 2 arguments but called with 1. What do you mean? Did I do something wrong? Text edits. What did I do wrong? Is it... Oh, text... Okay. No, I get it. I get it. So it needs to be like this, because text change does not... Notes element does not pass the text along, which is unfortunate. So we can do it like this. It's a bit weird. Oh, and we need to do it in opposite order, just so that everything is consistent. All right, so this is actually the text edit, some sort of text edit. Text is text edit dot text. All right, cool. So this should be fine. Here, I need to do some fancy cursor stuff. So this needs to be name element. So this is going to be a line edit. So I'm just going to do this really quickly. Actually, technically, adding these like type hints here, I don't think it results in any performance decrease. It's just done at a runtime for parsing. But this is caret position is equal to is it not called size? Is it called length? I think it's called length. Yeah. No. Are you not allowed to do this? Oh, payload. Payload. Oh. All right. Description element, just copy and paste. Hotkey element, copy and paste. Notes element, yeah, more or less just copy and paste. Then this one is the only one, which is why I actually have to do these one by one instead of just using a variable and really cutting down on the amount I have to type. Is because it's only is default for model that's different. So default for model element. Actually, no, yeah, this one that's fine. Cool. I'll go back to here. This should hopefully work. So that looks like it was saved properly. So this is a test. Amazing. Then we can, oh no. What happened? Oh, there's no caret position on a line edit. Okay. That's text edits. Okay, is it called cursor? How did I do this before? I've done this before. I think this is actually fairly difficult to do. Let's just not do anything here and see what happens. Maybe it'll just work. No, it does not just work. Okay. So for the current line, cursor set line as notes element cursor get line length, something like that. It's a little inefficient, but that's fine. Might be a bit slow. Go here. Oh, what happened? Oh. Ah, what's going on? Non-existent function. Oh, this is just oh, okay, I see. Text edit. Get line, no. Get line, it's not get line width. Get line route tab, no. Cursor get line, and then we just called regular get line to get the length of the text, question mark? Yeah. Okay, that'll work. So cursor set line, and then this is notes, elements, get line, something like that. Go into this, presets, start typing. Break, cannot convert argument 1 from string to int. Is there a way to get the cursor position? Cursor set, oh, set column. And then this one, get line, should be length. Yeah. So that'll work. Cool. Then we'll open this up again, so it'll be here twice. Look at that, how cool. You're not allowed to press enter, I suppose. Why aren't you allowed to press enter in here? Am I capturing enter? Oh, it's because it's, I see. Okay. That's kind of tough. Because I need to set the line from the current line. Var current line, which is equal to text edit is equal to notes. Notes, elements. So we just cast it like that. So it's just easier to type now. So text edit, cursor gets line. Actually, yeah, current line and current column. Get column, and then here. TE set or cursor set line. Yeah, and we actually need to do it like this because we will lose our position once we override the text. Yeah. Set column. Okay, yeah. Not great, not horrible. It should be valid, yeah. Neat. So then this has some sort of hotkey question mark. That's not right. What the heck? I got one of these things incorrect. Oh, yeah, of course. Because these are being set to the same signal. So we'll do it like this. Both of these go back to a hotkey. Actually, I don't think I should even entertain the thought of doing, that's fine. It doesn't hurt. We can always take this out later. Because text entered, I don't even listen to it. I just send it right away. I send all changes as soon as they come, which is fine. Okay. What else? So there's load and delete. You're not allowed to delete your current config. Yep. Did I implement the new button yet? I don't think I did. Okay, so on new element, what is it called? Name element. Oh, no, it's not even on this page. That's right. New elements or new presets is here. somewhere. New preset button pressed, and this will create a new preset. Okay. So it'll create a new config. It'll duplicate it from your current one. The new config name will be whatever's in your line edit.txt. But then if you're not allowed to have... Oh, okay, so this covers it. So if you try to create a new preset with the same name as an existing preset, it won't work. Not sure what this button is though. There's just a thing here. There's a thing here, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's go to presets. No, it's preset name. Yeah, I mean, that looks right. All right, so we'll just have to peek at it then, because I can see a thing here, and I can't click on it, which indicates to me that I've messed up somewhere. So under left, yeah, this one. Yeah, so that's a line edit. I mean, that's correct. Make it invisible. Okay. Sure. If we make this invisible. What the heck? Is it because... okay, yeah, because whenever we create the page, we need to hide the page. Yeah. So the page should not be visible. So this should be page hide. Yeah, there we go. Because it was showing both pages at the same time. Yeah, now it's fixed. Yeah. So then you can go duck is not a valid name. So you update it in real time. We can do it like duck alt. Hit it with a save, and then once we load it back in, then it'll actually be here, but we can delete it. Doesn't update right away, unfortunately, but there we go. All right, so now we'll need to do a thing here. So add page here. So on new preset button pressed. So TI select, do I have a, where's the callback for this? Yeah, actually, is the tree here even hooked up to anything? It is hooked up to anything, something. What the heck is it? It's not this one, I think. Yeah. This one's not hooked up to anything at all. Actually, no, it's because it's inheriting from base tree layout. Yeah. Okay. So here, blah, blah. And then we need to, where do I create all my pages from? So add page, so we need to have the root item. Can you get the root item from just tree? I don't remember. Root. Get root, yes, you can. Okay, here. So we'll publish model configs, blah, blah. And then we'll do not create page, it'll be add page. Add page, so this will be tree, get root, what else? Page name, which should be line edit dot text. Config string is it toString? What is it? File get as text, that's not true. It's not toString. Eh. So that's a model config, yeah. As it's not giving me the code completion. Oh, it's not gonna be here either. Well, parts of it are you can get as a dictionary, but I think toString. Yeah, okay. toString get as JSON string, then toString. Okay, toString should select true. Why not? All right, let's give it a try, and then on delete, I'll need to do the same thing where we update, or we have to update the tree and also remove the page. But if we do, I don't know, ASDF. Yeah, look at that. Delete still not here because it doesn't update right away, but we're getting there. How is this pulling data, by the way? So on text change, cm get data model configs. Does that mean it wasn't updated? It's interesting. Let's add it to do. To do when adding a new preset, this does not appear to take into account. Yeah, so when you add a new preset, you should not be able to. Well, I guess one, I should clear the line edit, I suppose. And here. So line edit text should only be used once, and then we'll clear it immediately. Clear it like that. Here on delete. So model configs, blah, blah. That does update appropriately, I know that. Here. Oh, that's tough, actually. I suppose I can give this a signal that we can connect to. That's not a good one, though. Model configs. I can intercept this callback, I suppose. Yeah. I think I can do that. So hold on. Model config, blah, blah, blah. We don't care. Base layouts. Do you handle this? On config updated. It's not quite what I want. Yeah, that's not what I want whatsoever. Well, we can listen for event published, I think. Actually, in the config manager, how did these? Yeah, metadata. Oh, you know what? These are probably no longer valid, right? Metadata changed, and then like all of these. I don't know. Look at this again. Don't look at this. Don't look at this. Oh, you can look at this. Look at this. That's correct. Right. All the model configs are stored here as a direct path, and then if you go to that path, then you can actually load it in. So that's right. Let me see. Add page. So we can connect to am pub subscribe to model configs, and then this will subscribe ourself. So subscribe self to model configs, and then no payload really. Or we can do on events published, and we'll just catch it there. Match payload signal name. So if it is model configs, then we'll do a thing. Otherwise, we'll just not do anything at all. Yeah, what I could do here. What I could do, I could just reconstruct the entire list. I don't think that's a good idea though. What I should do is take a diff of the entire list. So I have the entire list of pages stored in pages, yeah, pages, page name, and then the page name is just the, yeah, is the name. So pages here, blah, blah, blah. And then the payload contains whatever was changed. Okay. So I can work with this. Yeah. Get changed. Or at least we have the ID. And then in the signal payload here, get changed will do, if it's a type array, type data. Okay, this will just give you the exact thing, which is probably good enough, right? So some sort of config, model config, let's get the payload, get changed. Yeah. Oh, but that's not true, because if it's not there, if it's not in there, then it's gonna break, right? So var changed config name is equal to payload ID. Yeah, because get changed there, if it doesn't exist, they'll give you a, you know, invalid index error, which is fair. Get change config name is some sort of string, and then we'll just need the cross reference with, you know, basically if changed config name in payload data, then that means it's new. Otherwise, that means it's not. It's been deleted. So pages, erase, changed config name. And then also, where do these get added to? Oh, they're just as a child, so we'll do get node, changed config name, queue free. Something like that, right? Thinking of using DWM some months. I'm good with my W tile right now. Q tile. Neat. I only use i3, and I suppose by extension i3 gaps. I don't like using i3 without i3 gaps. Or XFCE4. Or XFCE4, I don't know. It's very Windows-like, and I think Windows has a good workflow. Personally, that might be a polarizing opinion. Alright, so here, I'll do result is equal to add page So this is tree, get root, changed config name, and then payload get changed to string, I think. Is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that'll work. And then we just need to check if if result failed, then we'll do logger error. Oh, hello, Jordan, how are you? Thank you for redeeming a jump. To log string. Yeah, so this is what I have so far. Look at that. Boom. I mean, that's it, right? It's not really all that fancy. Oh, what the heck? Oh, geez. What did that do? I've broken some stuff. Things have been changed that should not have been changed. That's fine though. Did I miss the props part yet? No, I'm still getting to that. I'm still on presets because the logic for switching between presets is more involved than you would think. Yeah, pretty much whenever you need to push data around, that's when things start to get very complicated. Yeah, it's something that sounds very simple, but then once you actually have to implement it, if you don't do it well, it gets very messy very quickly. I think this code is already kind of messy. But yeah, props, not the hardest thing in the world. Actually, it's possible just to load in random props already, which is kind of cool. So if you want to do it like completely manually, right? You could just do everything via the debug console and then get things working like that. But that's not what I want to do. But that is how I recorded all the clips, right? It wasn't technically incorrect. It was technically right, as I did everything in the program. It's just not user-friendly at all yet. Because the GUI stuff isn't there. Let me see. Pages erase. But then when you toggle it off, let me see. So this is base tree layout. Base tree layout. So I toggle page. Page name empty. Nope. Current page is not null. Oh, I need to switch the page, and that's why it breaks. So when you delete it, or we should do like this: toggle. How do you get the next page? Toggle page. Do AMCM get data. What are we looking for? Config name. So yeah, we'll toggle over to the current config, I suppose. We'll erase it. And I think that's fine. Needs more ragdoll props. Oh, we're getting around to it. Props are a hard one to do. Oh, that's gonna break. Yep. Oh, it's because it's not deleting it on, I need to delete it from the tree as well. I always forget to do that. There's 3 places I need to delete things. It's that actual pages hash map, dictionary, whatever you want to call it. I need to remove the actual page from the scene tree, and then I also need to remove from just the regular tree, the tree item. So how do I do that? I don't remember how to do that. Tree. Da, da, da. Oh, I need to queue free it. Oh, that's such a pain. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, so tree item, and then I need to get... Is it get children? Is that what it's called? Yeah, get children. Hit. Turns the tree item's first tree item or a null object if there is none. Is there a way to just find an arbitrary tree item? Find? Is there a find? No. What a pain. So you actually need to just loop through every single tree item or store the tree item somewhere so that it's easy to free it. All right. All right, so let's actually do this. So that's set tree, it doesn't matter. Wait for parents, that's useful. But here we can do func remove tree item. So this is the item name. All right, this will return a result. So for now, results okay. And I suppose there could be other ones as well if it doesn't find the tree item. So remove tree item. So then if you have a tree, get root tree item. Oh, did this in the wrong order, but that's fine. So root, is it get children? And it gets the first child item, right? So ti tree item. If tree item gets text, yeah, okay. They all have it in the same column. So if tree item get text is equal to item name. Oh, okay, hold on. All right. I'm thinking while, no. That's tough, man. That's tough. While true, if ti dot gets text tree item or tree column is equal to item name, then ti free, and then we'll break out of it. And then ti is equal to ti get next. And then this, okay, so this needs to be while ti is not null, yeah. And then, okay, so this is return results, okay. This one should be return results error. All right, let's go here. We'll add a new error code for my own sanity. GUI tree item not found, something like that. GUI tree item not found. I'll pass an item name along just so I know the context. Oh, hello, Bumsy. Hello, hello. How are you? It's been quite a long time, it feels like. Successfully submitted this application to the Godot Showreel 2022. I don't know if it's going to get in, but I'm assuming that there aren't that many tools written with Godot anyways. And even if there are tools, many tools, this is probably one of a kind. Unless someone else has been making a similar tool that does the same thing. But I kind of doubt it. It's going. It's going. Could be better, could be worse. Project at work has finally ended though, so I have like about a week of downtime before I get going on the next phase. So that should be cool. Didn't really feel like I did that much though. That's fine with me though. Alright. Didn't I do a thing here? One of these additions I should not be doing. Oh, it's this one on new preset. So I need to handle like this. Yeah. So when we receive a model configs, plural, then we check to see if it was removed or added. How do you do that? You've made a video? I did make a video. Yeah. It wasn't very good. It's on my Discord somewhere, but it's not my greatest work. Definitely not my greatest work. I'm not familiar with video editing. I was much better at like Adobe like After Effects than real editing, but I have done my fair share. Like I actually did take a broadcasting class in high school. I was the only one of my friends that was actually interested in that. So I know enough about, I guess, like relative flow and editing, cutting clips, blah, blah, blah. But definitely not my favorite thing to do. It's item name changed. Config name, okay. I think that's fine. So this software is still alpha, right? Yep, it is still alpha, but once I get, as the stream title says, props and presets done, or it's actually presets and props, but it sounds better when you say props and presets. Once I get those done, I'll release probably like an alpha. Or maybe even just presets, because props can wait a little bit. And there's a lot of other kind of, you know, janitorial things, right? Things that need to be cleaned up. Like, for example, running the Python stuff on Linux, I didn't realize that you could use PyInstaller, or PyInstaller also worked for Linux. I thought PyInstaller was a Windows-only thing, but it turns out it works on Linux. So I should have done that way, way long ago. Pretty good video. Oh, thank you, thank you. Music courtesy of Microsoft Video Maker. It's actually, Microsoft Video Maker isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. I'd say the editing flow felt a lot better than Sony Vegas. And I just absolutely hate Adobe Premiere, even though Adobe After Effects is pretty good. All right, let's test this. I think this looks fine. So we do ASDF. We break, that's good. Non-existent function to string and base string. Eh? Oh, get change. Oh, this doesn't give you the... I see. So it's saved properly, but it didn't update correctly because of this. Because I need to do this. So this is payload, get changed, file. I'll have to refactor this later. Props can't wait though. Props, props are hard. Props are tough. I know if I do props, that'll give me something to talk about other than like, oh, this is, you know, VC Face, but like in Godot, right? Because I think VC Face only has sprites, right? Something like that. But I have both 2D and 3D props working, or had them working anyways. But it's just hard. I'm losing steam. file gets as text. Release the beta without props and make it a feature. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So I can do it without props for now, but the full release should have props because ideally the entire thing should be an improvement, right, over the 8x version. All right, so this, oh, actually this didn't update properly. And oh, look at that, now this will be wrong. That didn't update properly at all. Do I actually have 2 ASDFs? What the heck? What happened? Save. So it adds it twice, somehow. How does, what? No, it's only here once. So am I publishing it twice? I almost certainly am publishing it twice, huh? Give you a number of weird zany prop models in OBJ if you want me to, or maybe FBX would be a better format. I'm not sure. Well, I've got bad news for you in any case, is that Godot only supports runtime loading GLB files. So, you know, good news. You have a lot less things to to send me. Blender has an option to re-export OBJs and FBX files as GLBs, though, which makes things a lot easier. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but my version of the engine is only patched to allow for GLB because that was easy to patch. FBX and the other importers are just somewhere else in the engine. Only GLB, not GLTF. I'm not sure how to import a GLTF. How do you import a GLTF? Yeah, because the difference, GLTF and GLB are the same format. It's just that GLB is everything's bundled together. It's a binary format, whereas GLTF splits everything up, which makes it kind of hard to load in, because I don't know how to load everything in. Right, when it's just one file, you just read the entire file. When you have all the files are split up, then you need additional processing. Like, I think Godot also struggles with importing GLTF files. Or I know Blender for sure struggles with importing GLTF. It's supposed to be, well, it's supposed to be the same. That's not actually how it works though. They are the same format, but GLTF has everything split up, which makes it difficult. So, and I know that my importer doesn't handle it just like that, right? Because this is how you pass it to here, right? Oh, that's not how you do it. Click on this. Yeah, so we create a new pack scene GLTF, and then we import the GLTF scene, which I'm not actually sure what it does. Should we auto load? Should auto load resources from the same path? That would be nice. That would be nice if that's how it worked. In my experience, that's not actually how it works. So, you know, good luck. If it works, it works. But the last time I tried it, and to be fair, I think that was like Godot 3.3 or 3.2. It was a while ago. But in my experience, it doesn't work. And it also, if you try the same thing in Blender, it also doesn't work. Sometimes. Sometimes it works out of the box. Sometimes Blender will just fail to find the textures. And then you have to plug in the textures yourself. So. Add page. So that's in setup. That's fine. And then add page just calls itself. But I think it's broadcasting add page twice, which is weird. So, and also for whatever reason, delete doesn't appear to work. Oh, it just takes a little bit for it to update, I guess. I'll have to think about that. I don't know why you need the you need to click somewhere else to force it to refresh, I suppose. Let me see. Let's just step through it. So I call it ASDF. What's happening? So that's your config path. Yep. Exports ASDF.json. USD support, is it working? Absolutely not. Does Godot even have USD support? I don't think Godot even has USD support. So file open, yep. Resource add page, or not resource. Value is 0. Yeah, okay. Sure. Now it's here twice. Eh? Eh? What the heck? That's so strange. If result failed res, then logger error result to log string, something like that. Yeah, no support. Yeah. See, a lot of the things that I do kind of depend on Godot. So if they're present in Godot, then I feel fairly confident in my ability to rip things out and then re-implement them in at runtime. So for example, well, this isn't a good example at all, but like this is a module for basically type safety, like at that. So it's pretty much, I took my entire results and error thingy here, made it into a module. So I'm fairly confident in my ability to make this work. But it needs to exist. It needs to exist in the first place. I'm not going to write my own importer for Godot and write the mapper so it maps all the meshes and textures to a mesh instance. That's tough. That's tough. Via blend files, yeah. Well, you need to import it to Blender, and then Godot will handle the blend file, which is tough. Yeah, I do know that .blend files it's a garbage format because it's just a lot of the .blend format is very similar to like the Photoshop format, as in it wasn't really planned. It just kind of spiraled out of control, which makes it very difficult to parse. So why does this add things twice? Tree create item. 2 matches set up. No, that's right. Why did this create 2 items here? Let's add this and this, because I don't think we received 2 signals, which is kind of hard. I'm also looking at the wrong thing here. Presets. So you have okay, toggle page. So we toggle off. That's probably fine. We can step in just to make sure. Get data. Yeah, that's fine. Toggle page. Page name is duck. Yeah, that's good. Current page is not null, then we want to hide it. Yep. Pages, blah, blah. Pages we have duck, ASDF, and then the Alicia model. Current page show. Yep. Send me. Pages erase. So in our pages still. Yep. So you want to erase ASDF. That's good. Remove tree item. Yeah. So that's a success. And then get node. Should probably be fine. Right? Actually, does that node exist? Presets? It does exist, yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of hanging out here. Wait a minute. No, that's right, yeah. Send me. But it didn't toggle me off of ASDF. Eh? Toggle page. Yeah. I'm toggling it. Current page. Okay, so I need to set a breakpoint there. So I'm very confused. Yeah. Send me, that's fine. And it adds 2. We'll deal with that later. And then in base tree layout, I need to set a breakpoint here. Delete me. Send me. Current page. I don't really know what it is. What is this? Current page is 3195. Experience with working with arrays and manipulation melted my brain. It's like many areas indices are changing, but it can't keep it up where and how it changes in multiple arrays. What do you mean? ASDF. No, that's right. Yeah, 3195. Oh, I see. I see. It's because I in addition to toggling the page, I also need to do tree. Oh my god. There's no easy way to to force something to be selected. Oh, that's fantastic. Which means I need to find the tree item. Which means that's kind of tough. It's almost like I need like a. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this in a helper class, because that's tough. Because I can't just loop through every single. I can't loop through every single tree item. I guess I could, but I don't want to because that gets very confusing. End up slicing the arrays many times that keep up with the indices. Let's say I need my index 5 in an array, but if I add items before it, it will change the index. Yep, that's true. That's true. I guess what are you doing that's completely dependent on index location? I think wouldn't it be better just to have like slots? So do something that's more akin to like a C style array, as in it's pre-sized, you cannot expand it, you cannot shrink it. And so then if you want to like basically insert something in the array, then you need to reorder every other element. And that way you can be sure that you are changing everything all at the same time. Oh, line and path 2D. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. You just pick specific point index so it can be animated. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that. That's tough. Pages. So we got pages. Yeah, line 2Ds and path 2Ds seem to give a lot of people a lot of problems, actually, yeah. On the Godot Discord, I see a fair amount of questions about that. You know what's interesting as well? Talking about the Godot Discord, I'm going to continue ranting about it. I've still to this day never gotten a question answered on it. I ask all of these questions, but all I receive is, why are you doing that? And it's like, I'm doing it because I need to. Or I receive like questions about why I'm doing a thing, or like just wrong answers, which is pretty good. Many chain-like physics and smooth lines to work with lines. Sounds tough. Chain. Okay. I don't know. It sounds complicated. Working with indices involves numbers, and numbers are my greatest weakness. Hello Dash. Perchance. Yeah, perchance. Perchance you may be interested in watching the stream. I'm thinking. Hold on. I'm thinking. There's a good way of doing this, but I don't remember what it is. Where it's maybe it's like this should just be a single page. So this is not a, yeah, this will just be a page like that. Like this class page, and then this will hold the inner control. We'll just call it control like that, right? Some sort of control, we don't know. We'll call it, set it equal to null for now. Still an experiment. Don't know if it even works, it performs well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much of your code is controlled by GD scripts. And it sounds like a decent amount of it's controlled by GD script. But I guess as long as you're animating it on the engine side, it should still be, you know, pretty decent performance. Now, if you're animating it via GD scripts, I got bad news for you. Control, and then the tree item. But then that's probably okay. And then we can have this be, I don't know actually. Tree item. We can set this to be extends objects, right? Which means it's now manually memory managed. And we can have a we'll override free. That's a good one. And then we'll call free at some point, but then we also need to remember to free the tree item. And so I was talking with the Japanese streamer about anime. I've officially evolved to an anime fan. Weren't you already an anime fan, but now you're like a super weeb? Now that you go straight to the source to talk to them about anime. It's decent, but even though it's vector 2D array, so it should be good enough. Yeah, probably, I don't know. It's an array. Oh, it's an array of vector 2Ds. Okay, I thought. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, oh, a 2D array, but no, it's a vector 2D array. Okay. Yeah. Power of anime. Oh, the power of God and anime. The power of God and anime on my side. One of those. All right, I think this is fine. So then this will be a string to just page. And then we can do func and knit. This will take some sort of control. And then some sort of tree item. Freeze the animation at any time frame, so I see, nice. Have you read Aoashi? What, or I don't know what that is. Aoashi. Oh, it's a sports anime. I have not. I don't really watch too much sports anime. The only one I've watched is Haikyuu. But I'm not really into soccer now. Or is this not soccer? Is this? No, yeah, it is soccer or football if you want. If you will. Call it soccer here. No. I don't know. I've always found soccer to be kind of boring, but I know that sports anime isn't really about the sport. But I think the only reason why I even watched Haikyuu, which is the volleyball one, was that I was pretty okay at volleyball. Like, I'm not very tall, but no, I mean, I guess you should have seen me. I was very good at dumping the ball and also very good at diving for the ball, you know. It was pretty much the dedicated libero on any team I ever played on. If only because I'm not tall enough to actually spike. I can get almost high enough to spike if I just practiced a bit more on my leaps, but it also means that my it's very easy to defend when I try to spike. But soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, European football. I can play goalie. Like I'm pretty good at running, but I don't know. I'm not much. Striker, I'm very bad. Defender, I'm okay. Midfielder, I prefer playing midfield, but that's about it. She wasn't that good until the last episode. Plot twist, so I'm interested. Spoilers. I don't know. Like, what are even the formations in football? It's like you can play like a two. Isn't like a 3-2-3? 3-2-3 is a pretty common one, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't watch too much. Lots of the offsides rules I don't quite understand in soccer or football, whatever. All right, pages. So whenever you here, pages. What do we use pages? Pages, child name, capitalize. Set up tree, and then here, child is equal to tree. For page name and pages keys. How am I doing it here? So we add the page and then we have the page name and then we can create the tree item. Maybe I should try to create the... Oh, but that's tough. Okay. Well, it's modern football, so it's dynamic 4-4-2 or 4. Oh yeah, sorry. I got the number of players wrong. Team has dynamic formation. Yeah. 4-1 isn't 4-1-3-1? Is that common? What even is that formation? Right? Because you have, I know you have strikers, you have midfielders, yeah, and you have defenders. What's the fourth one? The fourth one isn't the goalie, right? Or is it the goalie? 4 defenders and 1 defensive midfielder? Oh. So, okay. So I guess midfielders are split up into like offensive and defensive midfielders. I suppose. Doesn't it just mean that just... I thought midfield just meant that you kind of stood around near the mid. The middle of the field. 3 midfielders, the sides are wings. Yeah. And then the striker is the one that plays right next to the opponent's net. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about how to do this well. Because you always have the page, but when you're constructing the page, here, I guess here you can, I'm thinking. Set tree page is info page, and then I need to create item, blah, blah, toggle page, blah, bone index, pages. So this is the bone display view, new, blah, blah. But then where's the tree item? Here I actually have the page and the item at the same time, but here I don't, because this is based off of, I guess actually here I can do it. If I just move things around, this becomes a lot easier. Okay. 4 defenders and 1 defensive mid. 3 midfielders, the sides are wings. Oh, actually, no, that's... You already typed that. I thought it was a new message. Let's do it like this. So set tree, hide roots, yes, roots, blah, blah, and then we can just get rid of this for loop and do everything all at the same time. Item set text, tree column, page name. Oh, I don't have a page name here, huh? Var page name. We'll call it page name. Which is equal to child name capitalize. Okay. Some sort of string, page name, yep. Okay, so set text. Here, and then we'll do page new child item. Yeah, there we go. If page name to initial page, then we'll do item select tree column. Oh. This isn't gonna work. Okay. So we should just hide everything by default, and then after we're done, because it's so easy, we can do pages, initial page, tree item. Tree item, select tree column, something like that, and then we'll toggle page, initial page. Yeah, so we get rid of this entire thing. Like that. I'll also need to change how pretty much everything else works, really. Toggle page. It's just the control. Remove tree item. This makes it a lot easier, so we'll get rid of this. No longer necessary, but that means that this is now broken. So pages, we don't want to erase it just yet. This is no longer needed. So pages. Changed config name. So var page, sure. So page. Oh, actually, no, we don't even need to do any of this, right? It'll just be pages free. Something like that. So that it'll free everything all in the same go. Then pages erase, we get rid of the key. Yeah. I think that feels pretty good. We'll go down to here, add page, add child. We'll have to do, just need to reorder this stuff. So pages, page name is equal to page new, add the page, and then add the tree item. Just so everything's bundled together. Bones, we need to do this as well, otherwise that's gonna break. Although it should be pretty easy because we just get rid of this, page new, bone display, and then item. What other things are there? I haven't done props. I haven't done, well, and then everything else probably just works the same. I don't know, we'll figure it out. You can click on this. Looks like this is still fine. This just exploded. Inval get index control on base scroll container. Really? So toggle page, pages, page name dot control. What do you mean? Info. Okay, so that was on bones, right? Bones, bones, bones. Oh, is it because the first one? The first one's kind of scuffed. Alright, so all of the tree stuff needs to be done like this. Alright, so this is page new. Wait, where'd it go? Info. Equals page info item. Yeah, okay. Think that's fine. Go back to here just to make sure it works. So bones looks good. Tracking explodes. All right. So the reason why this isn't working how you would think it works is because I'm changing a bunch of stuff. It's called info. And then info item. I think that'll be fine. Pages. Then this one needs to be changed. That's display page. New display. And then item. All right. We're getting around to it. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Something that kind of breaks, I've noticed, is that if you do this, yeah, you run into OpenC face error. Pub sub signal already exists. So when I was making the show reel, I had to work around that. Like, do I know what's causing it? Yes. Do I want to fix it? Not right now. Tracking GUI descriptors. So this is one of these errors. Alright, this needs to be changed. Yeah. Logger error. Okay, so I think this. Hold on. Hold on. Pub sub. So what does runtime subscribe to signal do? Oh, it's not this. It's actually config manager. Sorry. Config manager. It's not a pub sub thing. So runtime subscribe. So add signals at runtime and subscribe to them, meant for extensions to hook the config manager up to new config values. Yep, that's true. And then here we'll just do if result failed res, then we'll do that. And I suppose I should do one thing really quickly. So if am pub sub has, I guess it has user signal name. Because how do I check to see if you're already subscribed? Thank you for receiving a hydrate. Drink some water. My water kind of tastes kind of weird. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. You know, I'm gonna stop drinking this. I think something's wrong with my water. I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, boy's back. Yeah. Happy to announce I remember what was wrong with my water. It's because I put like a ton of ice in it earlier on in the day. Now, if there's something wrong with my ice, I'm not sure. But, you know, I'm not saying there's something wrong with it, but... Alright, subscribe. Let me see. Let me think. So, connect this. I guess you just need to check to see if you're already connected, I suppose. So, if am pub sub is connected. Return a strip if a connection exists for a given signal, target, and method. Okay, so if am, not pub sub, but the, oh, actually, no, it is, wait, no, this is the wrong thing entirely anyways. No, it's not the right thing entirely. If is connected, not is connected to signal name self, and then whatever the heck this is. Return res. Otherwise, we'll just return result of K. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. So tracking, blah, blah, everything is fine. We have run into an error, connect failed. That's good. What happened? Non-existent signal. What? What? Non-existent signal. What? Or can you only check to see if if something is connected if it's a oh my god. I think I got it. You can, is connected only works for like predefined signals. What the heck, dude? That makes this way more difficult. Okay, so now I just need to filter out. Okay. Okay, here's what we can do. We can try to filter out We can try to filter out only specific errors, which I suppose is the entire point of doing this in the first place. So if res is null or res unwrap error It's one of these. What was it called? Signal already exists? Something like that? Where is it? Pub sub user signal already exists. Yes. Equals error. Pub sub signal already exists. Or the error code is not that, I suppose. Yeah. So we try to create a signal. If it failed, and then we check to see. So if the result is null, then that means the function failed, and we didn't get a return value, which is bad. Or if the error is not this error. So if we got just a different error, then that means that we can't handle it, and we should just bubble it up. Yeah. Here, subscribe. I guess we'll just figure it out. What's the error that I set for this? There, open, close. Invalid get index code on base. Oh, it's called error code, isn't it? Sorry. Oh, that's error code. Okay. What is it called? Just to make sure. Error code. Okay, sure. Turn it on twice. So, connect failed. Well, that's a little tough. That's a little tough, because I'm not sure what to do about that. What is the error? Already connected. All right, let's do this really quickly. So we'll just so I can catch it properly. So this will throw an error, that's fine, and then this will give me a different error. What's error 31 then? Error, sure. Okay. It's one of these. What's error 31? Error 31 is invalid parameter? That's not true. It's not an invalid parameter though. empty else. Maybe I should just match against the error. Match error. So error. What was 31? Invalid parameter. Or if error is not okay and error is not invalid parameter. Okay, that will probably work. Maybe. Still thinking about it, really. So give me this. Tracking, that's fine, no errors. But we have the one error, which is already connected. Yeah, but that's fine. We don't care. And there's also no way for me to check that either, which is tough. Because those are all user signals. So you'll have a little bit of log spam, but that's fine, I guess. I'll click this twice. Let me see, do those show up in the logs? No, they don't. Fantastic. But this does allow me to continue loading in, or actually, hold on. Tracking. Where's tracking? No, that's not tracking. It's open CFace tracking GUI descriptor. I guess that's fine. Oh, actually, no, what I should do is this. If error is equal to error invalid parameter, return result error pub sub already connected, I suppose. Signal name. Error code connect failed. I guess that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so these are the two failure options. Connect fail we don't want to handle, but this one we do want to handle. So if res null or res is null or res unwrap error code is equal to so if the result is null or the error code is not already connected, then that's a huge problem. Yeah. You don't need to restart the editor when you change enums, right? Yep, you don't need to do that. But I think I prefer to just run with a clean slate, no matter what. Otherwise, I don't know. Things start to get kind of weird. All right, so tracking. Non-existent. Where is it? Error code? What? What was the error? At 15. Okay, so at 15. Did I not save this? Yeah? Non-existent function, error code, and base nil. What? What? Oh, it's because it was okay. Result failed. Okay. That's okay, although it is very ugly. Is it my point? Is it your point? I'm not sure. You tell me if that's your points. But at least in my experience, when I'm working with this stuff, or when you're changing things and you're doing like the hot reloading, so or hot loading, I guess, hot loading new code, things can get kind of weird. So I prefer just to do a cold restart every single time. Wonder, why am I leaking? Am I leaking data as well? Oh, you know what? I almost certainly am. Yeah. It's because of base tree layouts. Yeah. I need to clear the tree once we're done with everything as well. Otherwise, we leak every single one of those instances. I suppose, like, I could have this subscribed to, like, the pre-delete notification. Actually, it's an object, so it doesn't get pre-deleted. So this should be tear down. Doesn't, Oh, there is no tear down, huh? Okay. Tear down, which does nothing, I suppose. One is ready. Exit tree. So func tear down. Pages. Clear. But before we clear it, for page in pages, page free. Yeah, there we go. So that should prevent any leaking. Nope. Non-existent call. Oh, it's in the runner, right? Okay. Because the runner also uses a lot of these things use the same thing, which means initial page. What? Exit tree. Yep. Switch to runner. Yep. What's in the pages? Pages. That's an object. Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, pages values. Sorry. Do that. Didn't leak anything. Then we can open up tracking. We can open up tracking twice. We just get a bunch of errors, but that's fine. Then we close. All right, cool. Neat. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way for me to prevent all of these errors because these are user signals. And for whatever reason, isConnected doesn't check for user signals, I think. I guess I can check that really quickly. So Godot. Look at my Godot build. Godot custom. What was I thinking about? Is connected. So is connected is probably an object thingy. So object C++. Why are you returning void? To be more specific? Yes, to be more specific. I prefer returning void because it's, well, it could, yeah, you know, reading, typing, that's easy. When something doesn't return anything at all, right? If you just took this out, then I need to actually read the function to see what it returns, right? But if I put void here, then all I need to do is read the, you know, ignore this part. Function's called teardown, no parameters, void return. The void return wasn't there. Okay, then I read the function, then I need to look at the bottom of the function and see what it returns, and then look for all the possible return values as well. So, and actually at runtime, Godot does the Python thing. So even if you do label, even if you do annotate it as, you know, it needs to return one of these things, at runtime it'll just ignore it. You can return generics. Do I return generics? You can return whatever you want. It's just a hint. But I don't really return generics, I guess, unless you consider the result to be a generic. Yeah. It's more that it's duck typed, which makes it tough. So you can return nothing, you can return something, which it's just very inconvenient all the way. It's just very inconvenient for everyone, really. So is connected. So is connected. I wonder, add user signal. Is this in here as well? User signal. Add user signal. Has user signal. But then is connected. Do these go into the same? These do go into the same signal map, huh? But then I wasn't able to check to see if it was connected or not. Right? Didn't I try that? Here. If has user signal blah blah, subscribe blah blah. O is connected to the signal name to O, or no. Oh, maybe I just did it in the wrong order. And I'm actually like stupid. I guess that's fine. That'll work. If you don't return type in that line, you can return anything while returning, writing. Yeah, you can return anything, yep. But actually, these are type hints, right? So the editor will prevent you from doing it, but I believe, well, maybe it's only for like parameters, but so I think if I do this, right? So if I get to go into here, and before we load in the tracking GUI descriptor, I can actually change this to return an integer, and it'll start throwing an error, but that's fine. Oh, okay, constructor can't return a value. That's fair. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Can't you change these though? Or is it the return types are actually like strongly typed? I know that the parameters are not strongly typed, because I know that that was one of the big sources of pain for me before. Is like you can call this a dictionary, I think, HB expand fill. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. It's strongly typed. Well, Godot is not, I guess it is strongly typed because you cannot reassign a variable. Yeah, that's true. You cannot reassign a variable to a variable of a different type. But Godot is not, has optional static typing. But there are instances where you can pass in an incorrect object, I guess. Parameters 2. I dispute that, but I'm not able to reproduce it. I have run into an issue where I was expecting an object, but for the longest time, I was actually passing in a dictionary. But I don't really have... There's a way that you can finagle it. But I don't believe parameters are strongly typed. But I also don't have the time to waste on just trying to prove that. I have that was a big source of bugs though at one point in time. Okay. Turns out I'm just stupid with this stuff. Cool. So I don't need to look at this stuff anymore. Dictionary is an object type. Nope, dictionary is a dictionary. Arrays and dictionaries are not objects. They are reference counted, but they're not object types. No. I think they're actual internal, they're internally backed by an ordered hash map. But technically they should be listed under reference or as inheriting from reference because they use the same reference counting logic, I think. Arrays obviously not. No, but they are both reference counted, right? In the source. I mean, that's not a question. That's more, that wasn't a question is, you know, are they reference counted? It's more of like, does that make sense? But neither of them are objects. That's basically it. So presets. Delete. I'm dying. Why isn't this working? So I've made a lot of improvements, but this is still kind of borked. Event published. It should just be free, and then you'll do toggle page and then base tree layout. Current config name. Is equal to amcm get data. Wait. Current config name tree item dot, what is it? It's like select. What is it called? At page select. Something like that, right? So presets, ASDF deletes. Doesn't actually delete it, which is very cool. Oh, it's because I need to do it like this. Well, it should have deleted it though. Yeah? Yeah? What? That was the entire point. That's why I changed all of this. All right, well. So that's it. Delete. Is it not deleting? Is that it? Right, so we have a tree item here, and then we're calling free on the thingamajig. Not able to step into it either. So this is now null, and then we erase that value. Yeah. then current config name. So current config name is duck. So we should try to switch to that. Yeah. No errors? No errors? Yeah, there's no errors. What the heck? But then I think this thing is still... No, that's right, yeah. And then yeah, it saves it correctly. Yeah. That's weird though. Is it not calling free on the thing? Base tree layout. So we can set a breakpoint here. So maybe it was fine all along. I don't know why it creates 2 of them, but then we can delete. Yeah? Yeah? What happened? What the heck? Delete. Sure. But then why doesn't the entire tree change? How do you get rid of a tree item? You close this. It's not calling this function. All right, so what if I just call this, just call it delete. Call delete. Call that delete. Then here and tear down. Call it delete. So I know that the free is, you know what? Maybe it wasn't working like that. That's fine. Send me. Now we just lost everything. Non-existent function free. What do you mean? Huh? Non-existent function free, but it is an object, and then you can free objects. Or is it trying to clear itself? So switch to runner. Current scene is the landing screen. Yeah. Tear down. Oh, is it because of this? I got it. No. Attempt to free a locked object, calling or emitting. But you can't queue free it though. I guess you can do like a call deferred. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Object was freed or unreferenced while signal is being emitted from it. Try connecting to the signal using connect deferred or queue free to free the object if this object is a node to avoid this error and potential crashes. What the heck? So it's in the destructor. But then it's an object, right? What? All right, so if I change this into a reference, so you can't call free on it anyways, then here we call delete. Then here we're just calling delete as well. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. Nothing else to do. Objects. It's not an object though. Which object? I guess is it tree item? Huh? What? Tree item is an object, yes. Tree item is an object. You can remove a tree item by using object free, yes. But what's happening? I guess I can do like this, func notification. I can match what, and then this is notification pre-delete, I suppose. And then just move all of this stuff here. Because those are all manually managed. So just have delete do nothing, but then hopefully have this handle it for me. You queue free? Nope, you can only queue free a node. So the control that it's holding onto can be queue freed. $19.58. It's almost certainly the tree item. I don't know why though. So if I take out this part, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. Nope. Which thing is it? That's it's breaking stuff. What? If you take out all of these, yeah, and then we don't leak anything? How? Those are Oh, you know what? It's because these are managed by other objects. Yeah. They're managed by other objects, so it doesn't matter at all. So what I should do is node or is instance valid control if is instance valid, and then if is instance valid tree item, something like that. And we probably, that might work. I might also need to, yeah, I need to check to see if it's going to be freed or not. Yeah, okay. So if is instance valid and if control, oh, hold on, gotta do it the other direction. And control is queued for deletion. I guess tree item. I don't know. I don't know. I guess they're managed by other things, so maybe delete should never have to be called manually. It's only necessary if you're, so like this is not necessary. The only thing you need to do is remember to clear the page. Yeah, but here we need to manually call delete. Okay, is that a note? I'm gonna forget. Deletes the contained. Are you sure you're leaking? Yep, I am sure I was leaking. 100%. I've already verified it. But it only leaks sometimes. So I do need to I need to clear these objects sometimes. So when we're moving from scene to scene, I don't need to manually clear them. But once we're in the, I guess the main application, right, we have all the pop-ups popping up, you do need to manually clear those sometimes. Needs to be called when modifying objects without changing the current scene, I think. So we're not calling anything here, but when you go into presets, save, it adds 2 for whatever reason, then here is when you would call delete. Invalid get index AS. See, I don't know why it's adding it twice. Is it possible you need an idle frame? Nope. I don't need an idle frame, right? Well, because I've already figured out why, right? Is that these are actually controlled, like these are references to other objects, right? Like I don't control these objects. The control is controlled, or the control node is controlled by the other screen, right? And then the tree item is controlled by the tree node, right? So when those nodes go away, right, they're removed from the scene tree, these nodes are automatically freed as well, right? But when we stay on the same screen, so in this instance, we're in presets, the tree doesn't go away, which means this is the only instance where we need to manually free the tree item and also manually free this control node that's currently displayed. Right, that's the difference. Is that when we just destroy this entire pop-up, we don't need to call delete, right? Because the pop-up cleans up all its resources. But when we stay inside the same pop-up and we click on delete here, that's when we need to call delete, because those need to be manually cleaned up. Thank you very much, anonymous viewer, for the follow. Control node, no. I just explained why the control node cannot free those. And I'm declined to explain again. But yeah, I just explained why you can't do that. Let me see. So invalid. I need to figure out why it's being added twice. So something with add page. Add page is being called more than it should be. So this is setup. We don't care about setup. Here. And here. Oh, new preset button. It's this part. It's this part. This adding it twice. So add page, not in setup. It needs to be in here, and we want to switch to. Thank you very much, MV Gamer, for redeeming a hydrate. Much appreciated. It meant that most parents know they're responsible can free. Yeah, well, I just explained why, right? I mean, I can explain it again if you want. I can type up an essay for you if you should so desire. But basically, here, when we go from main menu to whatever, right? This tree item and this control are automatically cleaned up, so I do not need to call delete, right? Because this tree takes care of all its children, right? So the tree automatically cleans up every single tree item. These are tree items, right? I suppose I should. This might help. I don't know. I feel like my words are not being understood very well. But I have done my best to explain it in as few words as possible. So these are tree items. This thing, not the actual model. This is the control. So this is the tree item. This, it's an arrow pointing to nothing. This is the control, right? So these things are automatically cleaned up. So I did not need to call delete on those. However, When we go into run, we go to presets. Now, in this instance here, these tree items are not automatically cleaned up. So if I want them to go away, I need to call free, right? These are tree items, and just in case you forget. This is the control, which is also not automatically cleaned up, which is why I need to call free on this, right? These are the control. So this maps back 1-to-1 with this data structure here. So we have a control and a tree item. So in this instance, these are not automatically cleaned up. I need to call free here via the delete function to get rid of this screen and this screen. I do not need to call delete when I close the entire pop-up. So this is the entire pop-up. Probably use a different color. Where are my colors? We'll use a blue pen. So for this entire pop-up, once the entire pop-up, I'll call it pop-up, right? Pop-up. Right, the pop-up, once that's freed, these will also get freed. So the controls under the pop-up get freed automatically. The tree, so this is the tree. This box here, this is a tree. So the tree is a control, and that automatically takes care of all the tree items. Right. So basically, when I'm manipulating things inside of the pop-up, but not closing the pop-up, I need to manually delete stuff. Does that make sense? I don't, if that doesn't make sense, then I'm sorry. You're a lost cause. There's no other way to explain it. But look at that. Oh, well, attempt to free a locked object, calling or emitting. Yeah, well, calling or emitting. Hold on. Oh, I don't need this part anymore. Probably. Right, toggle page. I think I don't need that anymore. So if I do this, attempt to free a locked object. So why is it locked here? It's very basic stuff, and I use Godot. Is it? Is it? It's two different things. It's actually kind of an advanced topic, right? Because you cannot rely on automatic freeing in this instance, which is why I'm manually freeing them. Toggle page. Is it because when I click on, is delete? Oh no. Is it because delete here clears the page? No. Delete here does not clear the page. Why is it locked? Is it because of toggle page? Could be. Could be. I know why you're freeing. Well, of course you know why I'm freeing them, right? Because I don't need to be here anymore. But the question is, why do I need to do it in this specific way? And why do I not need to do it on regular exit tree? Right? Why do I need to manually call free on them rather than just rely on Godot to free them for me? Language barrier chat? Yeah. Sure. Wonder what this is doing though. I'm almost certain that, well, one, I suppose this would just solve it immediately, right? So if you just queue free, change this to queue free and it'll just work. Because the item is currently locked because we are toggling it. Yep, there we go. Cool. that's fine. Cool. And then presets, I think just work now because I also changed how emitting stuff works. So this is reload runner. We pass in the model path for that. Oh, actually, this is wrong. I need the runners to accept either a model path or a config file path. To do this needs to pass the config path, which I think actually this is pretty easy, right? Model config. Oh, there's no path to it though. Do I maintain the path somewhere in this class? I suppose you could. Or you could do amcm get, hold on, configs amcm get data model configs model config name. Yeah, there we go. So that'll give you the path, and then here under default runner, not pre-setup scene, we don't care about pre-setup scene, this one needs to change. Yeah, because this relies on a model path. But if you are loading in a specific config file, then that's the only thing that we can pass, which is a little tough. To do this needs to accept either a model path or a config path. Yeah, because there's two options, right? When you click on load model, that'll be the model path, but then if you are loading in a preset, that'll be the preset path. So you load in the preset and then load the model from that preset, because the presets, aka the model config, contains a path to the model. Yeah. So I guess that's fine. This works if you load in, I guess, the same model, but at least deleting works, I suppose. Big chill. Why is that John Cena video so, I guess, stealth popular? Bing chilling. Yeah. And actually, like John Cena's accents, I think John Cena's accent, his Mandarin accent, is a little better than mine. It's just that he kind of talks in a really, like, it's a really rough way that it sounds unnatural, but I think his accent's actually better. Hilariously enough. All right, I think that's good. And also there's a thunderstorm starting near my place, so I'm getting a little nervous. All right, so run the tests again, just make sure everything still works. Nice. All right, yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be live Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, working on something. We'll figure it out. Probably this. Almost certainly this. Me after watching Barbie 2023. They're coming out with a new Barbie movie. It's bizarre. It makes sense, I suppose. There's been a real dearth of good films coming out. Like I saw the new Top Gun, and I thought it was kind of boring. Like the action scenes are very good, but everything else is eh. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, You know, give the channel a follow on already. What else is there? I have a Discord, I suppose. There's a Discord. There's a GitHub. And, yeah. That's it. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind. I usually have more of a spiel, but yeah. Anyways, no raid today because there's no one watching. Goodbye. Have a night. I will have a night. It will be one of the nights of my life.